Shut your mouth. And she even said, I don't see any animals. Well, I wonder why. Yeah. I didn't know that they had 2 paved trails there. Yeah, I've never been on this part. This is all new. That was my turnaround right there, William. Now we've gone farther than I've ever gone before.
Be careful with here. There's make some retreat down there in the hole and stuff. Watch your foot.
I'm going where Terrence has never gone before. One of the things I learned early from you is unless you want to make a specific direct point, you never point the camera at you. Because we're on Bullhead Trail. They don't want to see me talking about Bullhead Trail. Oh yeah. There is one thing that may happen when we get to the Pulpit, just so you know. I may try to talk you into walking me up to Mount LeConte.
I could do that too.
Because
you got enough supplies with you.
Because I have no time restraints.
I don't either.
You can see the trail over there. Nice. I've never seen this before, William, except through your videos. Thank you very much.
Like I said when you first started, don't overdo yourself.
Since you're here, you're kind of a drag. You're an anchor. I've got a semi-tire chained to my waist, slowing me down. Those are all good things. Those for fire. Those.
Other guy that one day, we were having a storm coming in, he was trying to run down the mountain. I'm like, no, it can't be a storm. We're just going to have to live with it. That's one thing you learn, you can't outrun a storm.
I went to Greenbrier 2 years ago. Maybe 3, I don't remember how far back. And I just happened to have my wife's little miniature pink umbrella in my backpack. Why it was there, I don't know why. And I'm going up the trail, I'm going to the waterfall. And I go, well, let's see. They put the bridge back in, and that's just up around the turn. And I kept hearing, turn around, turn around. I'm going, I don't hear any bear.
We had no choice at that point. We were up at LeConte. So we had to get back down.
I kept hearing, turn around, go back to the van, turn around, go back to the van. So I got back to where you turn and you go back to the cabins and stuff. And I heard,
right around here.
I heard, no, go to the van. I heard it in my ears. And I got halfway back to the van and it poured down rain. And I started grabbing plastic bags out of my backpack and putting all my gear in plastic bags to keep it from getting wet. Got that little umbrella out, and all that little umbrella did was cover my head and half my shoulders. And I'm going, the next time I hear that voice telling me to turn around, I'm doing it. And I was listening for bears. I knew a bear was trying to get me. No, I was being told to turn around. I was going to get soaked. I don't know who was talking, but somebody was telling me to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody's gone this far to knock things down. Come on. You was just up here, William. You should have knocked out of a trail for me. Come on. Oh, wow. And I thought that other was a good view.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking when we get to the end of this and we part ways for the day, I think we need to make plans for a Mount LeConte hike in the spring. And we'll go up the hard busy trail because of my limited abilities. Go up through Alum Cave. So I can do this. I mean, I'm not even sweating this, not breathing hard. You ever notice the big rock structures at Dollywood?
Mm-hmm.
They are so good at making a fake one that you think it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they built this one. Do you know if they built it to have the trail or built it to repair the trail?
I think this is where they actually built the trail. I think it's CCC versus.
Well, I'll say that they did a good job. It's still here.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what you're here for too, is to help me understand what I'm coming up against. I seen a white thing. What's that? That's my air horn. Hadn't seen it all day, and all of a sudden I noticed it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this one from your videos. Yep.
People made their way around now, though.
You used to have to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Manway Trail. I didn't know what those were called until Mike Maples. He was calling the rhododendron trail where the Mike Falls is. That's a manway,
Mm-hmm.
more than a trail,
Yeah, it is.
because it's not maintained. Hope you don't get tired of me saying thank you, but thank you. watching the leaves up there. They aren't falling, they're actually ascending. The lodge is still open at Mount LeConte, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you get there in time, you can buy a sack lunch. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I brought enough water for the Pulpit, not Mount LeConte. I'm trying to set myself up as with a physical limit. Oh, yeah. Is this the type of views you get from Mount LeConte?
If you go in the right places up there, yeah.
On your way to Mount LeConte, there's a right turn up this trail, and you go out to a point, I don't remember the name of it. Rock Lookout or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then if you go past the lodge, past Mount LeConte Pinnacle, you come to Myrtle.
Myrtle Point, yeah.
Yeah. You have views like this?
Oh, yeah.
Fabulous. The other one, there's a guy, he's out of Townsend. He hikes in shorts in the middle of December with a foot of snow on the ground. He's hiking up here in shorts. Mm-hmm. And he was,
I didn't do that.
He was at that first overlook taking pictures of people coming up the trail. Mm-hmm. So I go, there you go. That's whenever he got his first Samsung 3-lens cell phone, and he was taking great pictures. And I realized my Boost mobile phones weren't doing the job. I need something better.
We'll have a few more like overlooks past the Pulpit too. Then it gets into the woods more.
Yeah, CC did this one. The last time I went to Alum Cave, I don't remember exactly where it was. It may have been at the cave or Inspiration Point. You could actually hear the cars on 441. Mm-hmm. You couldn't see them, but you could hear them. The way the wind was blowing. Awesome sauce. Thank you again. Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm as fresh as I was when I got out of the van. My body is giving no indications that I've even been this far. I've just gotten out of the van. And usually by this time, my hips and my knees are complaining and screaming bloody murder at me. You fool, you fool, go home.
You just try to go too fast or something?
Yeah. Somebody turned that over not long ago.
Mm-hmm. Somebody or maybe a bear.
Okay, thank you.
You gotta say the truth.
That's right. So, that was one of the things whenever the second time I did the Kingman's Dome bypass. I was looking up through it and I'm going, if a bear came down out of there, Where do I go? I can't back down this thing. I'm going to have to turn around, because if I back down, I'm going to fall down. And I'm a Happy Meal. And I've had that in my head ever since. I was looking for a way away. When I went to the jump off, there's a section on the trail where you have to climb down some rocks.
Yeah.
And then you go this way and you go through some pine trees. And I just knew there was bear on the other side of those pine trees. I turned around. That's how close I got to the jump off. I watched your video, another 100 foot. But I got concerned about a bear could be in there, and I don't need it. And there was 4 people coming up behind me, and they didn't need to see me getting ate. When I got back to my car, I was still living in Florida at that time. I'm used to 30 foot above sea level. I'm not used to 6,000 feet. And I couldn't figure out how come I couldn't catch my breath. I sat in my car at Newfoundland Gap for a half hour, trying to recover so I could drive back to the house. And we were just up for a week. That was some of my learning on how hiking. Watch your limits. Does that trail go all the way around and back around?
Yeah, it goes up and then it goes back.
Fun times.
Then you switch back.
Okay.
Once you go back this way, we'll cross over into it, and then it's really burned area.
Okay. We'll actually
We'll be almost there too before it's hit.
We'll cross over the ridge.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking for the fun goals as we go along.
here. Before it cleared this up.
Are we past where the bees were?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I never thought about that on the trail. My mind was on bears. That's beautiful, nice and open. And that round hotel was always in your views. The week after the hurricane went through, and we had tried to go to Crosby Campground, I ended up doing Laurel Falls at sunset. It wasn't sunset at the car, it was sunset at the falls. Because the mountain ridges. And I always planned my return trips down to come down slower than I went up. Because if you get going too fast, you end up running yourself into the ground. You fall, break something. And I hurried myself to get back to the van. My right big toe is now black and blue. I drove that into my shoes. And I didn't stop to readjust my shoes, and I should have. Yeah, you didn't trim these weeds back very well, William. Come on. I did not know the views were this great, bud. I thought they were great down there, but they're getting better and better all the time. Persevere. It's called Finding a Way to Survive. Fabulous. Where that rock overhang was, and I said about just needed a waterfall off of it, just past it was where that tree broke and fell into the timber. The stump's gone. So I don't know if they cleared it out or it just finished falling. Step on a twig and catch your foot underneath every Terrence. Yeah, there was a dead tree like that down there at the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Even these views are good. Now the trees are dormant for the year. That's life. That was a good stop. Fire went through this section. Looks like it did. There's a
little bit. When you get over the next bridge, you'll definitely see the fire over there.
I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'm so busy looking and filming and trying to walk at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at that point where I've never been, so I'm filming everything. I'll probably film it back down. One day, if we live long enough, that will be down there someplace. But I'll get by it, so it won't be with me today. Well, pick your foot up, Terrence. There's that hotel again. We need to get on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Once we get on the other side, we'll see the other mountain.
Good. Not that there's anything wrong with these mountains now. elevation is starting to get a little tiring to me right now.
Okay. You need to rest.
Just cut my speed in half. That'd be fine. That go in my bush. Yeah, I was starting to, that section back in there, I was starting to push to get up the hill. I'm wanting to get over to the other side, William. Slow down, Terrence. When you shut down your YouTube account, then started it back up, did you lose all of your videos?
Yeah. Rather not back.
I've got 4 1-trig hard drives sitting in my dresser of my YouTube videos, just in case. They go clear back to whenever I was in Florida racing radio-controlled cars. All my videos, just in case. See, I would have stopped and took that on the way back, and I would have collapsed before I got done. Going too fast.
Changes a lot of time from one side to the other.
So we're getting to the top, huh? Yeah, the trees are waving pretty good up there.
Sort of a different valley.
See, the sun went behind the clouds. Those dead ones were nice white, standing out beautiful against the sky. Missed it. But I was busy making sure I didn't fall, so I missed it. Not falling is more important. Awesome. Sun's coming out, making it nice and bright. Sticks out. Fabulous. I don't see anything, William. Come on. You told me the views would be better on this side. when I shared with Gina that you had volunteered to go to the Pulpit with me back in December, she was so appreciative of you. But she's always fearful of me out here by myself. She's fearful of you out here by yourself. There we go. Yeah, this is all new growth here, isn't it? I couldn't find one tree from his video. That bear? Wonderful. Now, I don't worry about it here. I worry about it at Panther Creek because it's so small and there's so many farms and houses around it that I carry a gun on me there because domesticated dogs, the ones that are chained up all the time or fenced up and they break loose, and they will kill anything they come across, but at dinner time they're back home. Whenever I was in high school, let's see, summer of 1968, was living on a farm at that time, and said if pack dogs came in and killed 5 of the landlord's 80 sheep. Dad took pictures of them. The landlord went down to the neighbors' houses and said, your dogs did this. How do you know it's our dogs? Showed them the pictures. You owe me the cost of a sheep. We never seen the dogs on their properties after that, so I don't know if they got rid of them or what. Well, the pines are keeping the wind off of us. Oh yeah, that's a good wind on that side. Yeah, that's rough. Pick your feet up, Terrence.
dogs.
See, this time of the year, you see how tall the mountains aren't, because you can see the mountain ridge line below the top of the tree line. I was explaining that to Gina. She said, that mountain's not so tall. I said, well, it's at least 20 foot shorter.
Mm-hmm.
The trail gets out of your way. The best views at Clingman's Dome after the dome is on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's starting to open up a little bit. Yeah. This is great, William. Thank you. Fire came through this section. This is wonderful. We had friends that lived next door to us in Florida. They moved up to Rutledge, just east of the high school. And they assisted us in moving up. When you move that kind of a distance, you need someplace to stay, because you can't afford to stay at a hotel and put all of your stuff in storage. We stayed with them for, I think, stayed with them 4 days short of 30 days. Huh?
Barely. Right. You look right through the trees and you barely see the pull off in there. You barely see it.
You need a better view.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good start. Fabulous. I seen a car door open down there. Yep. If we get where we can see that real good and clear, like right now, you can see it. And you can see the road coming up to it. You can see the north one and the south one. I'll wave to them. You know what you just did? All the soreness in my legs and hips disappeared. I've attained an initial goal of the pulpit now. Now you can see that real good. I need a nice open space now. Exit right there. And there, they can't see me through the trees. Ah. Good and clear there. Hey, climb down in and cut those trees down. I wasn't going to go that far, Terrence. Come on now. Zooming in, that way we see it. Fabulous. This camera app, Cinema P3 Pro, it costs about $10 to own it. And it's iPhone only. And you can set your zoom speed. I got it set real slow, and it's like this. It's real good for doing flower pictures. In a video, you can zoom in real slow and it holds focus. Then you can zoom back out and keep walking. Maybe about here. Maybe clear enough to see this. Oh yeah. You ever been on a hike and end up with 3 or 4 people around you at a clearing like this, and you go, do you know where you're at? I have no idea. You're at Inspiration Point. Huh? They have no idea. They're just on a walk.
I've done it many times. I've been going down this trail and someone say, where's the waterfall at? I'm like, there's no waterfall on this trail.
You're on the wrong trail. Yeah. And you go, that's the anaconda. Won't come out. Anaconda Ridge. Oh, that, you mean like that place downtown in Gatlinburg? I said, no, that's named after that ridge. All they know is Allen Cave, but they never did any research on the trail to find out anything about it. Their friends told them about it, and they're going to hike it when they got here. I was looking for the arch, and I pretty much gave up on it. And I was down at the creek taking pictures, video, and I went like this, and there's the arch. Oh, I'm that close. Yeah, okay. I'm getting closer now. I just I just figured I couldn't figure out miles, and that thing's at least 20 miles away, and I'll never get to it. And I'm standing just downstream from it. Whoops. I looked while I was leaning. The Pulpit's right up around the corner, isn't it? Pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. Your videos are etched in my mind at times. And my knees are telling me I'm not going to Mount LeConte. If I remember correctly from here, the clouds right there, you can see Kingman's Dome. Is that right? Mm-hmm. See, I remember some things about your trails, your videos. That's how I found Advent Cabin, was from Will and Don's. Go up the trail and you, oh, there's this old electric box right here. Okay, that's there. I'm still on the right trail. Okay, you don't follow that trail. It's got to have wood steps. Now, that's the Bishop Peak, right?
I think so.
Looking at it from the parking lot, you look up the slot right up to that. Another goal. Yep. Another goal was to get to this point to see that. See, this is a turnaround point. If I didn't get any farther, that was a good turnaround point. Fabulous. It wasn't until this year's Google Maps that you could see the Pulpit on their aerial photos. They took it at the right time of the season where it was open like this. Right over there? If you was my wife right now, I'd hug you and kiss you to be this far, but we won't do that, okay? A couple years ago, after I'd seen Will and Don at Dollywood, that's when they had the frog and the bumblebees and stuff. And I think this is just before the pumpkins. No, not pumpkins. It was towards the end of the umbrellas. And I was talking with them. Well, that was 2020. We had masks on. Yeah. And I thought, you know, you, me, Will and Don, we need to get together and plan a trip to go into Virginia to that big rock ledge overlook on the AT. So, okay, how are we going to do that? Because I'm limited on what I can do. 3 miles from the parking lot. You can park almost directly below it in a parking lot and go up a trail. And instead of going up to the trail, AT, you walk the power line. Oh, that'd be pretty good. Then I caught a 6-month-old Google Maps full of briars. You'd never walk that. Okay, so it's going to be 3.5 miles either way just to get there. I can't even get to the Pulpit. And it's a 5.5-hour drive for me from Rutledge. So it's at least a 6.5-hour drive for you or Will. I go, yeah, I'll just bypass that thought.
You know, an area that AT I like to do is Grayson Highlands, where all the ponies are. That's where I like to go.
What little of the AT I've done, I did the Clingman's Dome bypass to the AT, and then I went left to Mount Collins. That, now watching my elevation on my phone to get that, and then back to the dome, and then to the jump off and back. That's all the ATs I've ever done. And I figured out my wife has done 76 feet of the AT in a wheelchair. You can get going to the Whitman drift in the back, and every time we drive across the road. I figured that was 3 foot each time. She got 76 feet of AT in. And most of it, she never left the van. So, have you done every trail in the Smokies?
Not every.
Every. Yeah. So I know that you've got way over 900 miles of hiking in the last 6 years, but I figured you'd not done all the trails to get your 900-mile certificate and join the big crowd with the 900-miler.
I'm not really big on that.
pins up to 250 miles. Just because I hiked it, so I went the pin. I didn't go for the pins, but I got the pins because I did the required miles. And my wife, I think, is 10 miles from having a 50-mile pin. It's kind of hard to get her miles in since she's in a wheelchair. It's hard to get them. Now, she's done the Gatlinburg Trail, both sides of the walk bridge. She's been to the ferry bridge. Yeah. Yep. I did that. I think I did that in 2020. January 2020 had 5 Thursdays. And I did a waterfall every Thursday. So I did Mike Maples Falls, Rainbow Falls, Grotto Falls, Laurel Falls, stuff like that. And I did Grotto Falls from Rainbow Falls parking lot. Took the whatever that trail was.
Sometime I want to get that 100 for sure. Not today.
This has not been a struggle, William. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, they got the other trails so good that they're coming up all the trails now. And of course there's the, I'm going to go up the trails with the llamas. No, you're not. You leave them alone. I'll be down at the waterfall when they cross under. Well, you got to get there earlier than what you're doing. Seen this from your videos. I've seen that on the road. Now I'm seeing it with my own eyes. So I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Bob Carr. I'm tired of looking at your videos. I want my own. The only waterfalls I'm missing is Abram. Is that right, Abram? And Manches. I've been to all of them. North Point to those two. I don't want to fight at Cade's Cove to get in and get out. haven't grown up quite so much here yet. You can hear it. It's bad. We're going with it. It's when we come back for a bit, it's going to be a little chilly. Okay. I try to stop every 20 minutes. It's easier for me to edit. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it'll be real windy up there. Won't be that much in its way. And I think the pulpit is just around here. Remembering your videos, buddy. This is a nice trip. If it was like this the rest of the way to Mountain Pond, this is how it should be. This section's going to be rough going back. I think I'll just button everything up and put the camera away till we get free of it. Pick your foot up, Terrence. For a year, because I got here now. Awesome sauce, buddy. On the mountain would be up in that area. That's what we're going to call it in here. My buddy William helped me get here. Fabulous guy.